What's up, you guys? It's Ronnie here, and I have my best friend with me, Kori. We decided we wanted to do something fun today, so we wanted to do like a, I guess what, like a best friend interview,
Yeah, like
kind of reflect.
reflection questionnaire,
Okay.
getting back into things.
So I'll do the first one, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is, what is one thing you wish to change about yourself?
Mm, okay. Stop. One thing. Money, go in your room. Go in your room. Hmm. One thing that I want to change about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. My procrastination skills are actually getting a little better, so I'm gonna put that up top. A little bit more to the point, at least finishing. Because I'll start something, but at least the
Same.
finishing aspect is.
I was gonna say too, Chris. For me, like procrastination has been like the biggest issue I feel for me, like over the years. Like we have that stop and go. So I think for me, definitely procrastination, um, and I think just like moving with intention. You know, like that's one thing I want to change about me. Like is doing more things like intent, like with full purpose and intent. Like when I say I want to do something, like actually do it
Yeah,
and
that's
follow through.
it's gonna get shit done.
Yeah, like hand in hand with procrastination is like kind of like following through with like what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I feel like we have all these great ideas and great like things like ambition, but it's like the execution is like what a lot of people could work on, and I would change that about me.
Definitely, of course. If once we get like at least that upstart, that bringing through, and then finishing out
Mm-hmm.
that execution, executing everything out, we can actually
Yeah.
get so much more done.
Right.
That's the plan.
Right.
Get this shit done.
And I think one thing personality wise, I would say would be my shyness. I couldn't be able to say I was shy in the past, but I am kind of shy. So I wish to like break out of my shell more just to network because I think that's important.
I don't think you're shy.
Maybe not. Maybe shy is not the word. I'm more like observant, but I just want to be able to like go and be more not like a people person per se, but like like you have to have some type of personality trait in order to like network and work with other people and reach out and stuff. If that makes sense.
It does, but I think I wouldn't necessarily call it shy either, but that might be a poor choice of words. But I think that you do read the room very well before, of course, you get into certain things
Yeah.
or at least do certain things. So I don't think that's a bad trait to at least have, or at least, I mean, yes, of course, certain personality traits and getting things done to the extent where it needs to be. Yes,
Yeah.
that's definitely a good thing to have.
Yeah. All right.
My
You want
turn.
to go with your
What is a goal that you plan to accomplish this year?
goal? So I am. I'm already achieving one, which was to return to YouTube. I wanted to like get back into filming and photography because that's my passion.
Welcome back, bitch.
And I just feel like it's like I realized over the years that I haven't been doing much of that. I realized like damn, that's what makes me happy. Like it's my passion, but it's what makes me happy. I just can't do the regular day to day without doing that on the side at least because then I'm just miserable. So one of my goals was to return just to filming and photography, and one of my big goals is to put out a major project I want to work on this year. I won't say what it is right now, but a goal is to get it released this year.
Okay.
For you?
One of mine is definitely going to be my investment. So I'm not going to put all of my investments out in the open because I want to actually, going back to procrastination, work on them and get them done.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to at least have two investments or two more investments before this year is over with, just so I can have a lot more residual income coming in, and then I can focus more on my passions and my goals and
Mm-hmm.
things that I want to do versus then working all the fucking time.
Right.
Because trust me, I'm tired. I have two jobs. I am tired and I am sleepy all the fucking time. So I want to get those going, and of course, like that is just like saving money all in all, like something I definitely want to have more of and accomplish like all together. So
Exactly.
I need to get those fucking investments rolling so I can sit down on this couch, draw my drawings and type my types and do what I need to do.
Yeah. I think investing is definitely important. I know as far as like what my research about investing is definitely takes patience. So it's good that you're starting now because I promise like that will pay off like years down the line. Like you'll be looking back like grateful that you started now.
Oh yeah.
So just getting the ball rolling. All right, so my final question is, what have you learned? This is a good one. What have you learned? Did something just change?
The light cut out.
That the speaker?
The light on the camera did. I don't know what happened to it.
Sorry, we have to cut the cameras dead ass and restart it. But okay, we're on your question.
So, next question is it my turn?
I thought so.
I just went.
Oh wait, no, I said okay, my bad.
Yeah,
What? I was saying this was a good question. What have you learned so far in your 20s that you will take into your 30s? So literally everything we just been talking about, I definitely have learned about investing. That I want, start now before I got into my 30s because, like I said, starting. They say the best time to start your investing is yesterday. It's the saying, so it's like start now so that you will already be 10 steps ahead, in the future. So, yeah. So if anything I've learned is definitely investing, moving with intention, being very intentional about how you move and what you do. I know for a while. I know in my earlier 20s, I know we lived a lot with like YOLO and being more spontaneous and everything like that. But looking back, it's like really think about where you want to be in your life in the next 5 years. Like really think about it and say like, what can I do now that myself 5 years from now will look back and be proud that I did that. If that makes sense.
No, definitely. It's like
Just thinking back, we spent so much fucking money
on bullshit, on nothing. I'm like, where did my money go? I don't even have 80% of the shit that I spent money on.
I mean, of course, like in my early 20s, I was living with my parents still, and I had like money to blow and spend, and I was just going out and shopping all the time, and definitely wish that I had put a lot more investments back in those. Please, wish I would. Yes. Mad I didn't, but yes, definitely investment is something I definitely wish I would have taken with me, or at least into my early 20s, since we're closer to 30 now. And another thing as well is just like time management. Like something older people that I know I'm taking into full consideration is like you'll never get your time back. Everything that you do now, like what we just did 5 seconds ago, like that's something that is we're never gonna get back again. Not saying that time was wasted, but make sure you are managing your time correctly and in a sense of okay, well, because I'm doing this and this, I'm gonna be able to do this, this, and this in the future. So just make sure you're managing your time. That's definitely one of the most important lessons that I think that we need to take forward and at least continue to press and stay on top of.
If I could go back and talk to my earlier 20 self, I would have been like, spend your money wisely, spend your time wisely, emphasize wisely, like really think about that shit, what it's gonna like, how it's gonna impact you, if it's gonna matter even the next fucking day. Like everything you do now should matter, from going forward, but like what you do right now, it really is gonna matter like 5 years from now. Seriously.
Oh, and just one thing I do want to throw into that as well, like time, of course, and money always, but like the people you surround yourself with, that also is, of course, going to be a very, very big detriment or like either success or downfall to your future, because the people you surround yourself with, that's definitely like at least the energies, the vibes, the goals, the oriented goals that you really want to stick around. So definitely does have a lot to do with who you surround yourself with in the end.
And keep your fucking receipts on everything and everybody. I don't give a fuck. Keep your receipts because they will be important at some point.
Right. I don't delete shit. I don't delete nothing.
Everything is backed up into the cloud.
I know. But last one other night, and I wrote this when I came up with it on my own. Tell us a secret.
That's it? Just any secret?
Yeah, tell me a secret. Tell us a secret.
Let me think. Do I have any secrets? I'm sure I do, but
you do have secrets, but is there one that you want to tell us?
Let me see. It has to be something that literally nobody knows. So let me think. I don't know.
I got one. I'll start a song.
Okay.
I'm ashamed. But I'm not Muslim, but I am participating somewhat in Ramadan.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I did decide to cut myself off of is masturbation. It's sex, of course, but the thing that I did break was masturbation because I did. Yeah, I kind of. And then it's not a secret no more. I didn't want to tell anybody. I just wanted to have my shame and then close myself off. But it is something that I did put myself and say that I was gonna do. So I'm upset with myself. I didn't do it. But and of course now I can only move forward and at least just start over with that pinpoint and get back on track.
Yeah.
And of course, just focus back on, because I'm not doing Ramadan for any spiritual reasons. I'm doing it more for myself and to grow and do a lot of, it's personal, but it's still like a lot of things that I'm doing it for myself for. So that's a secret. And to say something where I feel more bad about myself.
It is okay. I will say, I guess, not really, there's not much of a secret. Well, obviously not a secret to you. Pieces of it, but I would say like this last year, you know, I had some health issues and it was really, really tough. For just to sum it up, basically, just not get too deep, but basically to sum it up, it was I at some point started losing like a hella weight at a time, and people kept asking me like, "Are you okay? Like, are you okay? Whatever." And it was like bothering me because I wasn't trying to like be pressed about it or whatever. I'm like, no, like I feel fine or whatever. And at some point, like I started not to feel fine. I'm like, okay, something is wrong. And during that time, or whatever, it's like I've never really experienced having like not low self esteem, but what's the other word? Like looking at my body and like not liking it.
Feeling any kind of like down towards yourself.
Yeah, like I've never been insecure about my body until like I started losing like a lot of weight. I'm like, okay, and I finally, and as far as like me telling the secret and just being personal, is my biggest lesson out of that is just to let anybody out there know, like, don't be afraid to go to the doctor, because when I went, thank God it wasn't something that was like they couldn't, you know, step in and be like, you know, you're is like going
Yeah, we
wrong.
need to take care of this.
Yeah, but it was like I wish I would have went sooner versus like thinking I could have just, you know, take care of everything on myself, whatever, just till I was scared to go, whatever. But basically, long story short, they found out that I had like this rare form of like cancer, and they had to like do an emergency surgery on me, and it was like really really tough. During my recovery, I had like, I think I went through depression. Like I was just in a really low place, and like I just remember so many nights of like just like I'm not a crier, and like I literally cried because I was so depressed. But keeping like, you know, myself surrounded with my family, friends, and everybody, keeping my spirits up and everything, it was really kind of just, I felt, it's weird to say, but it kind of felt like I went through like a rebirth, if that makes sense. It felt like I got like a second chance. Like, okay, bitch, you need to start taking care of yourself. Like, seriously, not only taking care of yourself, but also like, again, moving with intention, doing stuff that you love to do, because that was kind of like my wake up call of like, you're not invincible. You know, you're going to get older, things are going to change, things are going to happen, and it's okay, but you got to take care of yourself, because I only get one body, one life, or whatever. So it's like, you know, spend the time that you have with the people that you love, but also do the stuff that you love to do and move with intention. I already said take care of yourself, but again, that's just my message, I guess, if I am being honest, is just to take care of yourself mentally and physically. If you feel like something is wrong, like don't be afraid to like tell someone like, hey, I'm feeling some type of way, or like something feels weird or whatever. Because yeah, I just wish I would have did that a lot sooner. So I had a moment of like, like I felt stupid, but I know like I'm not. But it's like, you know, everybody goes through it. But yeah, that was like a tough place I was like not. It was just a few months ago, but I feel like I'm in a much better place now, mentally and physically, and I'm still healing and everything. But yeah,
we're here. I'm definitely, of course, so happy that you have that self-realization when you went through it, and now that you're, of course, seeing things in a different point of view, different perspective, you're in a different light in your life, and you're definitely moving towards the things that you need to. So that's all positive outlooks on the negative thing that did happen. So of course, yes, of course, it was terrible, sis. I was worried sick. And I do, and this the things that you were going through, I can never put myself in that predicament, because I didn't go through the same thing you did, and I didn't feel the same things you did. So of course, like you bringing that out and expressing yourself. Trust me, somebody needs to hear that. Something.
Definitely, yeah. It's it's not fun to feel like you're going through stuff alone, but trust me, you are not going through things alone. Like people go through shit like every day, and it just seems like it's the end of the world when you're going through it. But you just gotta. One of my favorite quotes, I can't remember if it's Steve Harvey or whoever, but one of my favorite quotes is like, whenever you're going through hell, don't stop in hell. Like you got to keep going to like get out of it. So it's like,
That's a song.
yeah, whatever the hell it was, but but it's true. It's like like I said, it's just I'm happy to be in a better place mentally and physically. It was just like a learning experience, but like I said, I feel like I had like a rebirth almost, like coming out of that. So
That's good.
yeah,
That was a good one. I did that.
but that's all for this video. We just want to do something real quick and fun, and get used to this face because you'll be seeing more of her on my channel. And but thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in my next video.
See you soon, guys.